What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Today, our draw features two from the AFC between our visitors and our home team. To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And we're away on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
And the defense gets the stop to deny that first down, but still a very good gain. They picked up 12, 3rd and short.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Knocked away, that's incomplete. Opening drive has arrived at 4th down. Possibly an early indicator of where they're going to want to go when they want important yards, Brock. Didn't need that much on 3rd down, but they chose to throw for it instead of run it. Yeah,
one of the things about that down and distance is you typically get man-to-man coverage. So I don't mind that call, being aggressive. But you got to find a way to execute.
Perhaps a little misplaced sense of urgency on their opening drive. We'll find out together, and they're going for this from their own side. 4th down, Wilson throwing. That's caught. This is Addison. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
Wilson to throw again. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Alex Anzalone with the pick. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Running back sent in motion. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Year after year, the best offenses. Are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Second and very short, looking to pass. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up third down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Third and short, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 4 yards. And that's going to bring up first down. I know it's early, Brock, but that felt kind of big. A lot of momentum generated from that turnover was about to disappear if they didn't convert.
Yeah, there actually is some pressure on this opening series to score. I know pressure's a privilege, but that turnover gave them some early momentum, but it won't just disappear if they'll fail to score. It will actually head to that other sidelines.
You put a receiver in motion left. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
At the 44-yard line.
Daniels back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. To throw again, it's Daniels. He's able to hit Ridley, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And they're going to have a first down now. A lot of game left, partner, but it will be a shame not to punish your opponents for making mistakes so early.
Yep, they come through on third down, and the chance of transforming that turnover into a touchdown still exists.
To the air again, Daniels. Finds his running back as his base shoulder to and they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Gets it from the gun. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down. They'll go again here with Tootin. Ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up fourth down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Here's Tootin. Home to the right. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! These guys have a great first drive and get the game's first points.
The kicker on.
Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All set to go now from the 35. Wilson on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And I'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
Complete to Jalen Hyatt.
On the draw, it's Pacheco. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
He was taken down by
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Offense to the line, 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. Offense in the hurry up here.
14 more yards. That's another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
1st down throw from Wilson. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Sticking in the air with Wilson. And he's got his man. Touchdown. These guys will each pay dirt for the first time this game. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And these guys tie this game 7-7.
Santos set to kick off.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Return. They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I like that right there, Kate. Early in this game, show your cards. Double this guy. They know his ability, his reputation. Make somebody else beat you.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Daniels. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Curt 19! Curt 19! Let's go now! Warriors, 18 cards!
He'll air it out on 3rd. He's got Smith and Jigba for the catch. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its stride. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. offense getting set to start things off again. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
All right, here we go. Second down.
19 Lions. Here we go. Here we go.
Again, Daniels to the air. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And they don't get any help on this second down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle. In this case, run him right out of bounds.
Third and long for Daniels. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stops.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go now. Time to start this drive. First and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Looking quickly here.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 11.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Connecting on the slant. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still fourth down.
A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
They're going to go. It's Wilson. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They left the offense out there on fourth down, Brock, and look at the results. A big gain, 15 yards, and a fresh set of downs, too. Here's first and 10 from the 47. Once more, it's Wilson. Connects on the crosser. No one's around him. He's got space. Down the left sideline he goes. He does it. Touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
All right, so with the penalty, a chance to go for 2 from the 1, or they could elect to try a shorter kick.
For the extra point.
That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sends it through.
Our home team 14. Visitors 7. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
This drive will begin with a run by Brown. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Get it. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that is good for a first down.
Let's go, let's go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Cowboy 80.
26-yard line.
Go, go. Get up.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down by the veteran, Carlton Davis.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Give on second, it's Brown. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
On the set.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11.
Tag. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They send the tight end in motion left.
Go.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. He finds Smith and Jigba right side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives him the first.
That's another first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Bronco 80. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Working inside the red zone. Finds his back complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
That one right down the middle. And his guys tie things up at 14. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. His return starts at the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
26-yard line.
The offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. On first down, it's Wilson. Finds him over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 36-yard line.
Wilson now from the gun. It's caught left side by Harris. And he's stuck cold at the spot. He paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Throwing is Wilson. Completed right side to Addison. Down to the 10. And that is a touchdown. These guys get some late points and the lead. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. On the return, here's Mims. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Here we go, check.
And bring the tight end left. Daniels on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Second down now, 7 to go.
At the 36-yard line.
60, let's go. Dragon 60. 60 average, 60 back.
On the gun, it's Daniels. Throwing the out route complete. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
19, come on. Hey. Cowboy 80, 18, Rodgers.
Daniels back to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You could tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
To throw again, it's Daniels. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So now it's going to be third and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
70.
Third and long for him here. Hits him on the out route. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Daniels is going to throw again. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break.
Brings up second and a yard at the 28-yard line.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. The kick by Patterson is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Santos set to kick off.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback.
Hold the ready.
All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. Here. Shout alert. Shout alert.
Start the half with a give to Brown. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Offensive line fast.
Ready.
Brown gets it again here on second. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
One of the tight ends motions right. Third and short, Daniels. Dump off, caught by his back. And he's going to wind up out of bounds on third down, so they're going to be forced to punt this away now.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Okay, break.
Looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4.
Count. Let's go. Warrior 70. Viking 18. Dragon 60.
Back to throw it. He connects downfield. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30.
60 Viking. 60 Viking.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Tootin on 1st and 10. He cuts it, and he runs this one in for the touchdown. These guys take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and the big chunk run follows.
Our home team, 21.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Check out.
It gives it Pacheco to start the drive. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
1st and 10 now from the 46. It's Pacheco again. And the stop is made after 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
He's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. And what a hit there touch for moving the chains that time.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
So first down from the 41. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Short pass brought in. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. He's got it. And that's a touchdown! At least for the moment, Brock. But there's a flag out there. I think that they might wipe this one away. So not just the yardage, Brock, but the illegal forward pass also cost them the down. It's second and long. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. Oh, Wilson fumbled it. Recovered by the defense. And that right there is going to be the spot they take over as they pick up a couple extra yards on the fumble return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down. Second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Offense to the line. Here we go.
Let's go now.
Here's Brown to start the drive. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
On the give, it's Tootin. And he's sent out of bounds after an 8-yard pickup, so they've got second and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the gun, a give to Brown. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys in holding him right at the line of scrimmage, so third down now. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs.
Get it? 60, pass the 60, pass the 6, go!
On third down, here's Tootin. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10.
Stephanie! Cougar 19!
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down, give to Tootin. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Justin Matabike making that stop. less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Ready?
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Completed to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
6 yards.
18, 5 here. Ready?
He'll throw it. Throw caught by his running back. And they're all over him after that catch. Won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to turn it over on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Wilson on 1st and 10. Taken in by Addison, left side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's just a field goal game right now. Still a lot that can happen. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Here we go, shot. 19.
On the draw, it's Pacheco. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. And goes to the hurry up here.
7-yard gain. That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Wilson with it on 1st. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
And a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Right back to Pacheco. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on 1st down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Hyatt with the grab. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives him a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Wilson now from the gun. Complete to Hyatt. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
2nd down, looking for options. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Sticking in the air with Wilson. This one's to Hawkinson outright. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. Working quickly here.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 9-yard line.
A second down run by Pacheco. And they find him after just a yard. It's third down.
This is maybe one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
Third down here, need 8 on the play.
Let's go. Hey, trap 60.
Looking to throw. What a clutch play late. He intercepts it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, and throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
19-18.
Hand off to Tootin. And they're going to bring him down just moments before he's able to break it across midfield. A gain of 26 yards there. And that means first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Going to the ground again on first. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
It's got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys holding on to a field goal lead. Second down now, they need 7. Now a toss. This is Brown. He's out in the clear. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that's going to bring up first down. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Results in a first down.
Let's go. Ready.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. He scampers ahead for about 4. It's second down now.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
One of the tight ends motioning left.
Ready,
The give on second, it's Brown. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And it's third down.
Here we go.
It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. And they take this in for the score. These guys make them pay for turning it over. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. First down throw from Wilson. has his man. It's Addison. And he's going to be a yard shy of the first as they force him out after the gain of 9.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Escapes the pocket. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
I think I got the same thought bubble as all the fans in the stands with that one. You just got to tuck it. Don't try to force the issue. You're out there in the open space, put your head down and go get the first.
Now to throw. Looking slant route complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Offense is hurrying, time running down.
Complete to Jalen Hyatt. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing again, here's Wilson. Trying to push deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked up by Chiname Owuzie. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Well, we all remember they were able to turn that first interception into a touchdown, and now they get a chance to do it again.
Yeah, takeaways are A1. We know that. Every defense preaches it, but when you could score off those turnovers, points off takeaways, that often leads to huge results for your team.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Tootin gets it from the gun. He will have the first down there. And they can start to celebrate now. That's going to lock up this victory for them. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. What a game for our winners, as we say thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.